Two local teams compete in state semifinals today. We already have one baseball squad in the finals tomorrow, defending state champ Mount Pleasant. But this afternoon, Rudyard is looking to continue its most successful season to date with a school record 30 wins already under its belt. The Bulldogs also hoping this won't be Ron Van Slotten's last game as he looks to retire at the end of the season. Pick this up in the fifth. Centerville leads 1-0 and scores again. Jalen Brown with a pop-up that drops in for an RBI and 2-0 lead. Coach Van Slotten talking to his players before the sixth. And it works. Two runners on. James Rosebrock hits up and over the second baseman, Cody Coffey, putting Rudyard on the board. Now down to the final out. Carlos Molina flies out to center field, ending Rudyard's season 2-1 and Ron Van Slotten's 22-year career. Hi, Jeff. Fans are pretty excited about current and former NASCAR drivers here at the Merritt Speedway for the inaugural Merritt Summer Showdown. We've got names like Austin Dillon, Justin Allgaier, Ken Schrader, and Kenny Wallace at the track. But the biggest name tonight is Matt Kenseth. He's won a NASCAR Sprint Cup championship and a pair of Daytona 500s. Earlier today, Kenseth had an autograph signing with fans to kick off the night's festivities as his son Ross now prepares to compete in the late model feature race this evening. Just a cherry on top of a day that has allowed him to meet some of his biggest Northern Michigan fans. Jeff, Claire has owned the Jack Pine Conference for the last 7 years and knew tonight's game against Harrison would be a fight to the bitter end. As you saw in the highlights, both teams had plenty of opportunities to score, but like all good rivalries, this game was decided in the final 8 seconds, and that number 8 would be brought up again when the Pioneers officially celebrated winning their 8th consecutive Jack Pine Conference title.
McGrattan, an Irish name?
It is, Jeff. Shannon is also a river in Ireland, but unfortunately, I don't bring the luck of the Irish like some leprechauns do. Something Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart was hoping to have tonight with a share of first place up for grabs against mid-state conference opponent Vesterberg in town. Last time these two teams met, the Wolverines won by 2. Irish student section hoping its cheers can get things going, but out of the opening tip-off, visitors Keegan Scott drops the 3-ball like it ain't no thing. He's got some enthusiasm, and that continues with his teammate Jared Hilden. He's fired up. Vesterberg up 5. Sacred Heart gets on the board with a jumper by Ben Goner, 2 of his game-high 27. 2 minutes later, Goner again, this time from behind the arc for the 7-all tie. Colin Dove and his Wolverines, too much tonight. They win 53-48. Heading north to Petoskey, Big North pairing the Northmen and Trojan boys. In the first half, Petoskey using its short passes, Parker Monley hits the pair under the basket shortly after Evan Whitmore drives and pushes the ball to Jason Burr. Northmen add to their lead. Burr, it's not cold in here, which is why number 3 drops it like it's hot. Central starts to cut its deficit. James Brumfield gets Trace the hard way. His teammates show off their rebounding skills at the end of the quarter. However, it's Petoskey winning its 3rd straight 63-53. From a young age, dozens of Northern Michigan kids have made the decision to participate in sports. Some have made it their passion, while others do it just to pass the time. Tonight, we're highlighting the stars that used to be in your living room during sports overtime to hear about what it's like to play sports at the college level in the athletic transformation.
If we sat down and wrote down a list of all the Northern Michigan athletes that are being successful and playing somewhere, it'd be quite an impressive list.
Andy Brockema would know the former McBain High School basketball star had his own college career and is now coaching Ferris State. And once those athletes get to their respective schools, a new reality sinks in. Free time becomes a thing of the past. Former Cadillac star John Simons and Petoskey native Kirby Tam each find that teammates now turn into family.
The big thing in high school is that, you grow up with girls. A lot of them I knew since elementary school. But it's the same thing here. Everyone comes in with different backgrounds, and it's really cool to see how people mesh together.
In terms of our team, we're a close group. We love to hang out together, and so I think that's been good for us, and that's what's kind of led to some of our success on the court.
Accolades that can only be celebrated when these local standouts put student before athlete.
A big thing for me is coming in was that I was going to get a Michigan education and a degree here, and I really kind of put aside athletics when it came to academics, so it's kind of just a new experience getting used to playing basketball 6 out of 7 days of the week. It's almost like a full-time job, but it's fun.
With the St. Ignace alum choosing an in-state school, it allows her family and friends to attend more games. But for Morley Stanwood's Tyler Hunty, getting away from family was a big adjustment.
When I first came here, I had to kind of learn time management skills more than anything. I had to understand that, I'm my own boss now. I don't have my parents telling me what I need to do, where I need to go or anything.
Former St. Francis star Joe Carriage made a big jump from playing football at a Division VII high school to playing in front of the biggest crowds in college at the University of Michigan.
It's a different speed of pace for academics as well as athletics, and you just gotta take it all in and just love the experience, and it'll eventually become a lot of fun.
Joe Carriage down inside the 10.
Which goes to show it doesn't matter how small of a school you attend, you can still make it to the biggest stage.
If you truly have a goal, you're going to have to work at it, and you're going to have to work harder than your neighbor. If you want to be the best at something, you have to practice. I know there's kids dreaming the dream, so keep dreaming.
It's 3 words you never want to hear in the same sentence. You have cancer. Words Traverse City St. Francis boys basketball coach Keith Haskey heard last spring.
You never think it's going to be you, so the first thing was that this can't really be me. And then you start grappling with what's going to happen, what's the treatment, am I going to get cured? There's a million questions that go through your mind.
Since being diagnosed with stage 4 throat cancer in May, Haskey has been through chemotherapy and radiation, allowing him to stand courtside cancer-free this season.
Number one, I know how blessed I am that it's gone. Number two, just the ability to be back at school with kids has been a great blessing.
Especially when he's still dealing with daily struggles, like losing 40 pounds since May from not being able to eat, along with having a dry mouth.
My voice isn't right yet, and so I actually use a microphone at practice so everybody can hear me and I don't have to yell. My left ear has inflammation in it, so there's constant ringing in that. But in the big scope of things, those are real small, so you kind of just look past those things and know that I'm glad to be alive.
The way that he's fought through his cancer and how severe it was and how he's suffered so much to come back and be our coach is really something that we all look up to.
His current and former players gave back to their coach this summer when Charlevoix and TC St. Francis joined together this July for a basketball fundraiser in his honor. And Coach Haskey watched it online from his treatment center in Texas.
It was just remarkable to me that people would put those energies towards a guy like me. That was right towards the end of my treatment, so I really wasn't feeling good, so it was a great pick-me-up.
I know that he's done everything in his power for me, so it was nice to kind of give back to him.
As they start preparing for their season opener next Wednesday night at Benzie Central.
He's had some tough times, but I'm hopeful that this year is going to make him forget about some of the bad things that happened.
Reporting in Traverse City, Shannon McGrattan for 9 and 10 Sports.